Just like Art was walking around this year, I need Ma walking around this year at, I am not joking,
No,
at
you're not.
on both coasts. She would be she would be more popular than the Megans.
I'm Demi, theme park YouTuber, aka Magical Hijinks.
And I'm entertainment journalist Joey Nolfi, and we've both been diagnosed with terminal theme park obsession, and we're definitely going to spread it to you on the Park Peeps podcast.
We've got years of theme park knowledge, so join us as we serve piping hot takes, park tea, offer the best travel hacks and tips, and chat with guests in the theme park space.
So sit down, buckle in, and pull up on that yellow strap while we dispatch for the Park Peeps podcast.
My name is Alyssa Edwards, and this is the spooky, ooky, kooky, and creepy special edition.
Hello, ghoulish gals and festive fiends of the Park Peeps realm. You have caught us today as our powers are in full benevolent bloom on the cusp of Halloween, and today we are celebrating the season with a very special ep, wrapping up Halloween Horror Nights. I cannot believe that I'm saying that already. We are wrapping up Halloween Horror Nights, and we are looking ahead to what we want to see at next year's event, from houses to scare zones and maybe some unleashed goodies in our bags too. Demi, how is your holiday prep going so far? That is not, I can confirm with my own eyes, that is not a zombie speaking. Do not have a zombie on the line. That is, Demi has been plagued by the demon parm, the paranormal parm, the chicken parm that has caused an esophageal nightmare.
Mixed with probably a sinus infection.
Yes, I do like calling it the paranormal parm though.
Yes.
That has been cracking me up all day. So for all you Italians out there, you that have cursed my girl Demi for my pod, I hope you have the worst Halloween ever. Whoever made that paranormal parm, was it a witch back there cooking? Did you see?
It was really good though, but that red sauce, man, just did me in.
I have the most unhinged voice note from Demi earlier today. It is, I saved it. I kind of want to play it, but I won't. It is the funniest thing because Demi was like, you know how it transcribes the things and it says what the voice note says before you listen to it? I was like, oh no, what am I about to hear? I'm going to try to do a dramatic reenaction. It was like, hello, Joey. This is Demi. I can't do the podcast today because I'm so sick. I ate a Parmesan and it's chicken parm and my esophagus is on fire. Goodbye.
I hate you.
That's not what I said, one. And two, that's not what I sound like.
No. It is. Are you calling me a liar?
I mean, calling you a truther.
A truth. Oh, a truther, not a truther. You know what? We're just going to send all the peace and blessings to Demi's esophageal nightmare, and I'm just going to say paranormal parm one more time.
I mean, listen, we should just be happy that I'm able to speak at all right now for this episode.
Yes, for this, because it is unfortunate. Maybe you know what it is?
What?
It's the draining of your powers because spooky season is over. So it's just the last legs leaving you.
Honestly, you're not wrong. I had my final night at Halloween Horror Nights. It'll be from Friday, was a few days ago from when this episode airs. And man, it was such a good night. And then I think a mix of like chicken parm and going so hard at HHN my final night, and then going back to New York where it was a lot colder. I think just really did me in.
Oh yeah.
I think it did me in.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, the body does weird things. And speaking of bodies, I'm doing this episode with Lil Boo on my shoulder buddy, Lil Boo.
Yeah.
And
I want to talk about him later.
We'll talk about him later. And we are fresh from my trip from Disneyland. I just got back from Disneyland, saw a whole bunch of people. It was a really, 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 really fun trip. And I love staying close to Disneyland and walking over to that park. And it's just what a magical time every single time I go. So until next time, but we're gonna, actually, I'm getting ahead of look at me getting ahead of myself. My Halloween powers are draining as well. But I didn't need any paranormal parm. Before we get into this week's episode, just stop what you're doing right now. Please make sure you are subscribed, following us on Spotify. Following us on Spotify is so important. It helps us keep bringing you more Park Peeps. Also subscribe to our Substack, parkpeepspodcast.substack.com. It is free. It has bonus content, musings, lore building, and more. vote in our Spotify poll, comment wherever you get your podcast, give us a 5-star rating, and if they allow a 10-star rating, give us a 10-star rating. Follow us on all socials, Park Peeps Pod, Joey Nolfi, Magical Hijinks, and you know that's HIJINX. Did I do it right?
You did it, yeah. That's great.
Yay! Well, let's get into the meat and potatoes, or should I say the paranormal parm and potatoes of this episode.
Paranormal parm and penne alla vodka.
And penne alla vodka. Paranormal parm and penne alla vodka. I'm so sorry. Or maybe some pumpkin squash. Or no. Oh, sorry. Lil Boo, I gotta cover his ears.
Yeah,
we can't say that in front of Lil Boo. No.
It does sound good.
It does. It sounds really, really good. You know what? You know what else sounds not so good though? The end of Halloween Horror Nights 2025. I cannot believe it because it's
sad.
I am too. I am so sad. I mean, the event is only several days away from its grave of flesh, and I truly cannot believe it. It seems like we just did our HHN review episode and house ranking live from Epic Universe, which was quite a feat. Everybody should go back and check that out. But as we near the end of an absolutely fabulous edition, I think it is time to look ahead to next year. So we're going to go through, talk about some of the HHN developments we'd love to see next year, including houses, IPs, additions, and more. Mm-hmm. Since Demi's voice has been possessed by the paranormal parm, I'm going to kick things off by revealing something that I desperately want to come to Halloween Horror Nights. Plot twist, surprise, Demi, in Hollywood, of all places. Yes.
Hollywood.
This, Hollywood, like Mrs. Doubtfire. This is my wish. My wish.
My wish. Wait. We're bringing our wishes back.
We're bringing our wishes back. This is my wish. And my wish is for all the teasing that they do on that Terror Tram about Blumhouse, and for the biggest presence that Blumhouse has even in Orlando. I know they don't have the Terror Tram in Orlando. Okay, you know who is in the clip for the Terror Tram when you're riding it? And then when you get off the Terror Tram and you see all the Blumhouse villains there waiting to chase you, do you know who's not there?
Who?
Ma.
Oh my God, I'm dying.
She is in the video, and I was getting so excited last year when I did Terror Tram for the first time. I was saying to my friend, I was like, are we going to get chased by Ma? Are we going to get chased by Ma? Are we going to get chased by Ma? I was so ready. Ma was not to be found anywhere in that Terror Tram representation. So this is me. My wish is I need Ma in that villains lineup in the Terror Tram at the very least. Number 2, we know we've got a Ma sequel coming up that has been widely reported. It's the perfect opportunity. I need scare actors just like Art was walking around this year. I need Ma walking around this year I am not joking.
No, you're not.
On both coasts. She would be she would be more popular than the Megans. I am telling you right now. Also, what I'm going to say, you know how they have the Dead Coconuts Club and they theme it to something every year?
Yeah.
Theme it to Ma's Basement next year. That is the bar. Ma's Basement at Dead Coconuts Club at City Walk. So, this is my wish, my spooky wish. Ma, I need Ma at Halloween Horror Nights in some capacity. Bring her on. Don't make me drink alone next year.
I'm dying.
Demi is speechless.
Because, like, in theory, it's just the actress. It just looks like the actress. What's her name? I just lost her name.
And that Octavia Spencer.
Octavia Spencer. I'm sick. Please give me a pass today. But right, like, isn't it? So you just want
the wig.
I guess the wig.
You got to put her in a striped sweater.
Yeah.
A purple striped sweater, a little cardigan, and the wig, and put a knife in her hand.
Okay. I mean, I'm down for Ma. Listen, I'm not saying I'm not down for Ma, but I'm just saying, like, as like instead of Art the Clown or the Megans, I think it's kind of like a lot.
You're telling me you would not go to a bar themed to Ma's Basement?
Oh, I would 100% do that. I love that idea. It's so insane. I have to rewatch that movie. It's been a long time, but like, that's hilarious. It's more hilarious than it is scary.
And you don't want her chasing you off the Terror Tram?
I do. I do want her. I could totally have pictured her when they did the Blumhouse Scare Zone last year in there.
Yeah.
Absolutely, I could have pictured her in there.
Yeah, why was she not?
I
Instead, they
don't
had the
know.
Wolfman outside the Blum. I mean, no, that's not Blumhouse, but they had the Wolfman thing out there that they changed after like one day.
Oh,
Ma,
the photo op thing?
yeah,
That
Ma is perennial. Ma is perennial.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like she'd be more recognizable than like the character they had from like the sixth Purge movie that nobody saw.
Thank you.
Except
You
for
know what
probably
everybody
me.
has seen?
Ma.
Everybody's seen Ma. So, and we'd better be seeing Ma at Halloween Horror Nights at some point. That's all I'm saying.
I'm honest. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Yes. Well,
Well,
Demi, what would you like to see next year?
okay. Well, as we said earlier, Joey is wearing a Lil Boo on his shoulder.
My Lil Boo.
And I feel like that was like the first thing like kind of announced this year of like merchandise was Lil Boo. And everyone's like, "Oh my gosh, is this it? Is this it? Is this the Lil Boo supremacy like happening? Like are we finally
Lil
going
Boo supremacy.
are we going to get like a Lil Boo icon?" And then that was
Oh,
it.
I wish.
That was literally it. There was nothing else about Lil Boo except the merch that they put out in the very beginning. And I think that like people have started loving the idea of Lil Boo. We love an original like IP icon, kind of like
Yep.
how Earl the Squirrel is like the icon of holidays at Universal.
Yeah.
And Lil Boo is that kind of icon for Horror Nights. So why not expand on the Little Boo lore? Have a beautiful, like, I know we had the Pumpkin Lord, like, not that long ago. What?
No, I just love it. We're just in the Lil Boo lore.
Little Boo lore. But we did have Pumpkin Lord, like, not too long ago, so maybe that's why they haven't thought about leaning into it. But, you know, I love a house that's, like, fully pumpkin-y, pumpkined out. What was the last time we had? What was that? Oh, I can't remember the name of it now. But again, I'm sick, so I get a pass this week of remembering
Put
names.
it all on me. Put it all on me.
I am. I told Joey, it's like, you're in charge today.
Yes, and Lil Boo. That's why I
And
have
Lil Boo.
reinforcements.
But I would love a Lil Boo lore. I mean, I don't, obviously he's not in Hollywood at all, right? I don't go to Hollywood, so I don't know.
I think.
I'd love to go to
that's
Hollywood,
a good question. Hollywood's is so interesting. We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
But no.
And
Yeah,
it looked
go ahead.
amazing this year. Like, I was really sad I couldn't go.
Yeah.
But I think, like, the lore of Lil Boo is a great idea to, like, really start coming up with, like, a narrative for him. I think, like, this year for me, I loved this year so much. But the one thing I really missed was, like, a storyline that went through everything. Because they kind of did one, but it didn't really work for me. It was about Sergio with the house with El Artista, and each scare zone was just like, oh, and he saw a cat lady on Crooked Lane. Oh, and he saw some vampires in a masquerade. And I'm like, okay, but like, why? What?
Yeah.
You know, it didn't really work for me. The last time it was like really, really cool for me, as much as I loved Sinister and Surreal last year. The year before Dr. Oddfellow, he had a real reason to be involved in each of the scare zones, and the storytelling was so involved and so detailed. I was geeking out over it in my video. I was just like so excited to tell everybody about the lore. And I think that really does make a difference when you are at the event, because what sets Halloween Horror Nights apart from any other Halloween event and Halloween, like, you know, scary type thing is like that you are getting stories involved in it. It is not just like, okay, here's a scare zone just because here's a scare zone. You know what I mean? I mean, you know, I'm fine with that every once in a while. Like, doing the Blumhouse characters were fun. Like, we didn't need to have, like, I guess, like a full story thing into it, but like, I prefer it. I'd still prefer it, but like, you know, it is fun to see that they are, you know, have those characters. It's always fun to see, you know, Megan and, you know, the guy from the Perch. My favorite one was the baby from Happy Death Day. I was like kind of like blushing. I was like, I love your work.
Oh, baby.
I love that movie. I love Happy Death Day.
It's so good.
It's so good. So yeah, I think that's kind of like my biggest thing is like, I want more Lil Boo. But the most important thing is that storyline throughout the scare zones. But I vote for Lil Boo.
I agree. I think that Lil Boo would be, because Lil Boo I don't think would work as a house, because Lil Boo is too cute and
Yeah.
he's too like cuddly and he just looks, look at his derpy little face. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
he's so cute and I don't think he lends himself into like a comedy house because he's just so overly cute.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that would necessarily work, but I like the idea of him. Maybe it's like Lil Boo's nightmare and
Well,
he's
that's
like
what
lost in the
I
nightmare
was gonna
realm or
say
something.
that. I was
Yeah.
gonna say, like, not necessarily Little Boo is in there to scare you, but it's pumpkin themed, and it's like you are maybe going as Lil Boo and you're walking through something. You know, I think that'd be really cool because I really think the design of like when you do like a pumpkin house is really pretty and really cool on top of it.
Yeah.
So I think there's just like a lot of options that could happen. I understand like how do you make him like an icon? Like, what are you gonna have him as like a puppet? Like, it wouldn't work. But I don't know. Like, I mean, they made Pumpkin Lord work. I don't know.
Yeah. I think it could work. I think it could work, honestly. I think that, yeah, maybe you roll out like a wall and you have an actor with a puppetry behind like the wall and it's like a wall of pumpkins on a patch.
Oh, yeah.
And then he's like the only one moving or something. I don't know.
It could
I
be
think
cool.
it could work.
I think they could really come up with something really, you're right, like something really different that stands out, again, from any other horror experience because they have that universal budget and people that work on movies that can do some cool effects like that.
Yeah, it's not just like us with construction paper.
No.
It's legitimately
It's not.
they got a whole team.
It's not Joey coming to me at 10 p.m. on a school night saying, Demi, I forgot to get construction paper for my project tomorrow. We have to go to CVS before they close.
No, they got budget, mama, for Halloween Horror Nights. So budget next year. But I fully agree with you. And I think that, yeah, it was weird seeing I mean, I thought the theming for obviously LRT stuff was, I think, both of our favorite, or not your favorite house. That was my favorite house this year, but it was close up there for you. But I appreciated that it kind of crept out more into the main walkway. But
yeah,
the way that they were, I mean, seeing like the Five Nights at Freddy's things, like in the stone, like crypt looking arch thing, the greenhouse, I was like, come on, this is kind of silly. But
yeah, I mean, that whole scare zone, the first one was, you know, not my favorite. I mean, I did love being able to take a picture with like Bray Wyatt's lantern, but it just didn't really feel like a scare zone. I'm also really over. No. I'm so over chainsaws. I don't find them scary. I know there's people that find them scary. I just find them so loud and annoying. I don't really know why people find them scary. It's like, I mean, there's a chainsaw at my neighbor's house every week trimming their whatever, you know, their lawn or whatever. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Call the cops on your neighbor,
no,
Debbie?
I'm just
what
saying,
are they doing?
like, I don't really, I understand because it's, you know, Texas Chainsaw Massacre or whatever, but I just don't find it scary. I just find it loud. But, you know, I actually will tell you, I got to do El Artista again, and I just have not had good runs with that house. I think it's absolutely stunning. I once again was watching somebody being hooked up to the zip line. And the Big Bird didn't come out. I just didn't have a good run with it. It's, you know, it really just, I don't know. People really loved that. And I just really didn't like get into it that much. I think it was stunning. Like I want my house to look like that, but I don't know. It's just, so it didn't work for me, which made the entire, you know, concept of he's the reason why we have all these scare zones that didn't work for me either. Yeah.
Oh, well, not El Artista slander on this podcast.
I love how beautiful it is. It just didn't have good runs.
Well, you know who's having good runs today? Sick Demi. Boo, 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 boo. So, hopefully, I'm envisioning good runs for a house that I would like to see next year. And I think that this one is, there's a huge uptick, obviously, in I think Japanese pop culture in general. But around the time that I was sort of being reared as a cinephile, there was also kind of a revolution of Japanese horror films in the early 2000s. And I would absolutely love to see a Full House themed to Japanese horror, J-horror for short, as people call it. There are so many classic J-horror films that I think would work in the one house. So we're talking Ringu, we're talking Ju-on, Pulse, Tomy, Battle Royale even, I feel like you could do as like maybe a scare zone outside this house. And that's another thing I would like to see is scare zones incorporated more into houses. I like what they did with El Artista in that greenhouse area, sort of bleeding into El Artista, but I think you could really do a cool Battle Royale scare zone outside of a J-horror themed house. And I don't know if you've seen any of those J-horror films,
I
Demi, but
actually, I'm so sad to say that I haven't. I've obviously seen the American version of Ring, but
Mhm.
that's it.
Well, I mean, Ju-on was the basis for The Grudge. I don't know if you've seen
Oh, well,
Grudge.
obviously the Grudge. Yes, I've seen.
And then Pulse, I believe there was also an American remake of Pulse. And then Tomy, I don't believe that there has been a American remake of Tomy, but Tomy is really creepy. There's like a million Tomy movies, and she's like a
Hmm.
creepy ghost girl. And it's just the tone of Japanese horror is so out there, and it's so different from horror in America that that's why I feel like they have to make the American versions of them, because the movies sometimes just, at the time at least, I think didn't necessarily, the tone didn't translate over, but I think they would absolutely translate over to a Horror Nights house, because a Horror Nights house is all about very building a very specific atmosphere from the second you step into a house. Though that Universal creative team can transport you to anywhere they want to, and if there is anything that atmospherically lends itself to a haunted house, a haunted walkthrough, just the stark kind of bleak, depressing mood and aura, it is a Japanese horror film from the early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s. So
I love that
I would
idea.
love to see this. There's actually some really good Korean horror films too, but I definitely think J-horror lends itself best to being a house on its own. So Universal, let's get on a J-horror house, I think.
Yeah, that sounds really great. I mean, obviously, yes, they know what they're doing over there for horror. I've only heard great things. I have a real blind spot for that. But I like the idea. I like also bringing the idea of bringing another culture's take on spooky to
Yeah.
Horror Nights, because they're like, we do a lot of like at Horror Nights, like they'll bring in like Mexican culture, or this year they did, Spain,
The Galkan girlies.
Balkan we had, but yeah, we
Hmm.
have not had, in my time of HHN at least, any Japanese horror.
Yeah. I don't know if there's ever been that's another one that I was considering putting on my list, was like the lore of Japanese monsters, because there's some really interesting lore if you look into Japanese culture and ghost culture there. And there's like this really scary ghost called the Kappa that lives in the water, and it's actually, I think it served as the basis for, remember, the Pokemon Golduck? I think
Yeah.
the Pokemon Golduck was inspired by the Kappa. So yeah, there's a really strong basis there. I think they did briefly. There was some one. What was the museum house called last year?
Museum of
Um,
Deadly something.
Something. They had a brief, I believe it was Japanese section in there, and that's when I remember thinking like they gotta do a house based on Japanese lore and horror and superstitions and supernatural stuff. That would be so creepy.
Yeah.
And they would have to do it right though. I mean, you would have to hire somebody, obviously, who is very well versed and lived in, a Japanese person who could very accurately translate this over into, because you wouldn't want somebody who is not of that culture to work on this.
Yeah,
So
no, of course. I mean, have they ever, I mean, I don't think you know the answer to this, and we could look it up after the fact, but done anything like that over in Universal Japan for Horror Nights?
I'm not sure. I believe that they have done, because Japanese, Universal in Japan mostly, I mean, it's a lot of IP and it's a lot of anime, it's a lot of Resident Evil, which, spoiler, might be on my list as well. But so there's a lot of tie-ins there. I know that Universal, I believe it was Singapore, just did a house this year based entirely on lore from local lore and ghosts. Or no, it wasn't a house, it was a scare zone.
Oh, cool.
And actually, if you go watch Chris's video, Tokyo Disney Explorer, Chris had a really great video from that event this year, and that scare zone looked so cool. It was like, there was like, it almost looked like you were walking through maybe wheat fields or something, but there were just these mythological ghosts and supernatural creatures running. It was really, really, really cool. I know it was very specific to that culture. So it has been done with other cultures at Universal Parks. I'm not sure about Japan, though. We definitely would have to look that up. But I think some sort of Asian horror representation at Horror Nights, I think there's a really big opportunity for that, especially in Hollywood. There's a much bigger Asian population out there. So I think in Hollywood, you could do it really well, too.
Yeah.
So
I
I would
that.
love to see this. Yeah.
I love that. But yeah.
What's your
My
next?
next one, it was teased this year as a possibility. because there is a new movie coming out in February, and it is my favorite movie franchise, and it is Scream. I was like really hoping that was going to happen. I was literally like gonna plan a whole weekend with my best friend, who also it's her favorite movie, and we didn't get it. It was a big tease, and we didn't get it. But I think it could be like, you know, I don't want to say this yet because I want to say it later, but we could do a Ghostface thing that they're doing with art now and have Ghostface show up places. And I think that'd be really cool especially because he's really hard to see in the fog, because he's, you know, it's just like the one white face and he's covered in the black cloak. I think it could be really cool, really funny, really fun. But I just really think that, you know, Ghostface, because there, you know, yes, there's different versions of the mask in the houses. It would be kind of like how Jason universe is, like how like you maybe or even art, like how sometimes you're not sure if it's like a real art or a real or not a real one. Like to have those, you know, that to me is the scariest things in HHN houses, is because I can tell when a scare is coming up, but I can't sometimes tell if somebody is real or not, depending on how many they have. Like I always go back and think of that Weekend House from a few, you know, the Weekend House, where they had
I only did it in Hollywood,
they had like a bunch of the same guys in like the one like mirror room, and it was like really intense. You just didn't know like who was gonna come at you. It was I think about that one a lot, and it was so effective, and I feel like that would work so well with Ghostface. And there's so much story to tell, obviously, because this franchise has been around since 1996, that, you know, it's like I would love to see like a recreation of Stu Macher's house, which I keep seeing all over the internet, because you apparently can go visit it now in Hollywood, and I'm just like, oh my God, I need to go. Or then, and maybe like the college auditorium from the second movie. The studio lot from the third movie.
That's my favorite one, honestly, is Scream 3.
The scariest thing of all is seeing Courtney Cox's bangs from the third movie.
That's what, you know how you walk through the Jason house, or you know how you walk through the Jason mask in Jason universe?
Yeah.
In the Scream house, you actually walk through a giant Courtney Cox's bangs. That's the entrance. You walk through the bangs, not the bangs.
The bangs. It's so great. I love it. I just think there's like so much like opportunity with how big the franchise is. Like it's a franchise that really no one has ever surpassed, I think, in terms of just like how it has shaped pop culture. And there's such a big following and love of it that you would get a lot of people. It would be like the most popular probably house of the year for sure, like in my opinion. I just think it's a great opportunity. I think you have like, it's just like it's sitting right there, and you have so many different characters you could bring back. Like go all the way back and bring back Tatum, bring back Mickey, bring back like
Jamie Kennedy.
Listen, I got to actually see Jamie Kennedy. I went to a like Wes Craven Film Festival in Philadelphia years ago with my friend, and I just recently rewatched like all the Scream movies, because I do that a lot. And I'm like sitting there watching Scream 3, and the reason why I think I like Scream 2 more is just because there's more Jamie Kennedy, and because I love that character so much. I would love that. I would love a pre-show with Jamie Kennedy telling us about the rules before going
on
into
VHS.
The house. Oh my gosh, I just
like
came
they
up
did with
that.
Five Nights at Freddy's when they have the little video of the actress returning. Just get Jamie Kennedy coming back on VHS, like he recorded himself.
I love that.
in the film. I love that you were like, this episode I'm not going to talk, and you have literally, I got my girly yapping about Scream.
I've taken a lot of cold medication to be able to do this.
That's right. Well, listen, I do remember, there was one year they got so close to Scream, and I believe there's video clips online showing the things that they could tell were like, I believe they replaced it at the last minute with a Purge house. Correct me if I'm wrong if you know, but I think it was the Purge house. But there is footage online from inside the house where you can clearly see a blonde wigged woman hanging from something with like a white sweater on, and it's like, oh, that was going to be the Drew Barrymore scene, but they had to adapt it at the last minute to be, I believe it was The Purge. So they got very close one year, and yeah, unfortunately,
I don't
know how close they got this year, because that had to have been somewhere along the line for that rumor to have started so big. It had to have been at least in contention.
Yeah, there was a Purge house in 2015, and the first Purge was 2018.
Yeah. Well, I remember now. So it was, I believe at the time, and this has all been reported from other people. I have no idea. I'm just parroting what I heard from others, but I believe, in summary, to paraphrase, it was right around the time that the Scream TV series was coming around, and I believe that MTV wanted it to be more like the TV series and not like the films. And then I believe that there was like, what? And then at the last minute, they had to switch it.
That's so stupid. I mean, like, listen, you're getting promotion either way. I like the show a lot, but I don't want to walk through your house from the show. I'm sorry. I want to see Tatum in the garage door. I want to see the things that make this franchise iconic,
Miss Pinkett Smith.
Yes. Miss Pinkett Smith.
In the movie theater. I love that scene so much.
So good. Her like little
it's so good. It's
but then I always think of Scary Movie, which I also just rewatched because I always watch that. And Brenda doing after they all stab her for talking in a movie.
Regina Hall, what an icon.
What an icon. Can we?
Iconic.
Man.
Well, there's another house that I would like to see. This one, like the J-horror one, I think has a good chance at potentially happening someday.
Yeah.
But this one I know has absolutely no chance of happening. I just selfishly would love to see it. I would love there to be a house based on the 2006, or maybe it was 2005, horror film The Descent by Neil Marshall.
Oh, I know that movie.
Oh my God. This is one of my favorite horror films of all time. It is so genuinely terrifying. And the creature design in this, listen, we're 20 years out. If you haven't seen this movie yet, I'm spoiling it. It's about a group of friends, British friends. They travel to North America. What was that?
Jason, you can't do that to me. I'm on them. I
have your medicine.
I have your medicine.
I can't
You're
take
sweet.
it. I can't
You're
take
sweet.
it. You can't come in here when I'm every time.
Hi, Jason.
He can't hear you because I have my headphones. Thank you.
Tell him I said hello.
Joey says hello.
Hello, Joey.
Thanks for my medicine.
Feel better.
Thank you. I don't understand this man. He's like determined now to scare me while I'm on this podcast and interrupt constantly.
Well, I will cut that out, but that I kind of want to leave it in. But because it is a good ghost moment.
Leave it in.
I might leave it in. So anyway, The Descent, British film directed by Neil Marshall, about a group of British women who travel to North America to go on a cave exploration trip. And while they are in the cave, this is just proof that the simplest concept done well can just be so effing scary. While in the cave, they discover a clan of badly deformed, like, night people, mole people, and it is so god-awfully disturbing, the things that happen in this movie. It is so claustrophobic. The lighting, the editing, it's so great. And what got me thinking of this was actually Grave of Flesh, because Grave of Flesh, one of our favorite houses of the year. Anybody who says otherwise, you are absolutely insane. And like, I truly do believe, to appreciate Grave of Flesh, I believe that you have to be sort of operating on a different intellectual level approach to Halloween Horror Nights. With regards to that house specifically, I'm not saying if you don't like the things that we like, you're stupid. That's not what I'm saying.
It wasn't one of my favorites, but it wasn't my least favorite. I don't put words in my. I liked it, but I didn't.
No, we ranked it high. You ranked it high as.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you though. Like after this my past visit at Horror Nights, it got lower. It wasn't
what
as
I'm
good
saying
for me.
Is that I believe if you approach it from an intellectual perspective, I'm not saying people who don't like it are stupid. That's not what I'm saying. if you approach it from an intellectual perspective and you consider it as a full narrative piece from beginning to end and consider the themes in conjunction with the structure of the house, it blows my mind still, and it still kind of disturbs me. And I think the structure of the house got me thinking a little bit of The Descent, because it is so claustrophobic and there is so much brooding, dark atmosphere, and they're underground for a lot of it. There's this really great scene that would work for a really epic conclusion, I think, to the house, where they are in just like this massive pool of blood and animal bones because the creatures have been bringing these things down into the cave, and it's just lit by fire, and it's so good. So I would love to see a house based on The Descent. I think it would be so perfect. But also, Neil Marshall, he's kind of gotten a bad rap ever since that movie came out. Like, is his top one. It's like one of the best horror movies of all time. But then every movie he's released after that has gotten pretty much negative reviews. However, there is one movie that he made that I think would also make for a good scare zone. It's called Doomsday, and it came out in 2008. It stars Rona Mitra as the head of this task force that is sent into a quarantine zone of Scotland after a virus breaks out, where they find this like Mad Max cult of people that have blossomed from the authoritarian military shutdown of Scotland in this pandemic. And then they also find other people that are living, they've reverted to like feudal medieval times in like northern Britain. It's just the coolest clash of things. And I love that movie so much. So I think that would really make for a cool scare zone as well. So Neil Marshall, I think with that 1-2 punch, I think really did interesting things for the genre in the late 2000s. So
yeah,
with all the aughts nostalgia that's coming around, like, why the hell not? Let's bring The Descent in there.
Well, that's because, once again, millennials need that their nostalgia to survive this world, and we do, and we need. Thank you for doing that for us. Honestly,
yeah. I need my little cave creature blankie. I need cave creature too. Well, Demi.
Okay.
What's your next round?
Listen. Everyone's going to be so annoyed at me because I know that, maybe not everyone, but...
What's my diva about to say?
I just want art back every year. I don't care. Like, I just don't care. I love him so much.
I agree.
I love him so much. You know, this year I was like, oh, it's so weird how we don't have like an icon. And then but as you're in Horror Nights, because of Art's presence, like, it would be weird to have an icon and him, I feel like, almost, because he was so popular and so, like, around. And, you know, I got to see him on Friday, and he was as Santa
Baby
Art.
girl.
And I got to see him, like, he went to the Clown Cafe and started working. Like, he's looking to make sure if the dollar was real. And then he, you know, went over and took the ticket for everybody to get the...
He's so cute.
He's just so cute. Like, I love him so much. Like, yes, I understand he is a murderous clown. But, like, if you take that part away, like, he's just... Who cares? And I've been seeing, like, the sweetest videos of him with, like, some guests, more in Hollywood because of how everything happened in Orlando. And I know everyone is like, oh, well, we're never going to have a Roman character like Art again because people ruin it. But, I mean, like, when I was there, he was still doing his thing. So I feel like maybe it's just, like, the initial rush of people and the initial rush of, like, wanting to get pictures of him and video of him. But if it's, like, you know, if it's something maybe that's, like, every year, like, maybe it wouldn't be, like, so intense, right?
Art and Ma together.
Art and Ma.
Let's go. Art and Ma.
And honestly, like,
Art Ma.
I know I had Terrifier. I think it maybe was my number 4, and I think it was only because my number 4 was because I was expecting more of, like, you know, scariness part of it. But there was only 2 houses that I did over and over, like, more than at least 2 times. And besides why it's 6, it was Terrifier because it's just fun. Like, yes, there's, like, some gross things and disgusting things, but, like, I want another year of it. Like, I don't care. I know we just had it, but it was so good. And it just goes along with just, like, how I hate how short this event is because it's just, I actually, especially because I was really annoyed. I waited for the house on Friday. And if I was a person who had come for my first time and I'd waited like 2 hours for this house and to have the walkthrough I had, I would have been so disappointed. Art wasn't in a lot of the spots. He wasn't in the spot where, like, he's pouring the the stuff all over the girl on the bed. He wasn't at the top telling you to go to the wet or dry path. Like, it was very weird. And I would have been really annoyed. Like, could you imagine?
Well, it's like the line structure too. I don't like that it's not staggered and you just like a conga line going through. It's just because, and I think that you would, if it was longer, you would avoid the need to have to do a lot of that. And it does feel like last week of August is too short of a time because
it is. I was going to say that as like my last thing, but let's just talk about this now because I've really been thinking about it a lot. There's no nights Monday and Tuesday, and I was so like lucky to be part of that Disney event a few weeks ago, but it was on a Tuesday, and I was really trying to also see if I could, before I was invited to that, I was like, maybe I can like go for the night, like on a Thursday to get one more night in or whatever. And then I couldn't do both, and I had to be back Wednesday for a thing, and it was just like, and listen, I know I'm a very like fortunate person to be able to be like, oh, well, let me just like fly down for the night to go do that. But so honestly, it takes the same amount of time and costs about the same amount as to go to Brooklyn from Queens. So that's how I justify that.
To go to Brooklyn from Queens at the Paranormal Park.
I'm not even kidding. But it's true. Like, everyone complains about how Disney starts their Halloween really early, like the second week of August. Like, I think having those 2 extra weeks would make such a difference, especially because September is back to school for a lot of people. There's holidays in September. And I don't know about you, Joey, but there are too many Virgo birthdays, and I'll say it. I love you, Virgos, but I got so many birthdays in September. I can't keep up. So I'm
sorry to the Park Peeps Virgo community.
I love you, Virgos, but I'm not even kidding. It's like I have 2 nephews, a niece, my mom, and like very like many close friends that have birthdays in September. So every weekend is booked with either a holiday or a birthday. And so my whole September is just gone, like instantly. And so then I have to figure out October. I want more time. Like if you did it earlier, giving me a few extra weeks, it would be so much nicer. Maybe also doing it on Monday and Tuesday, or at least Tuesday, have Monday off.
I think it should be every night of the week. But
yeah, I do too.
They put too much time and effort and artistry into this to not do it every single day. Yeah. But I am dying at the fact that not in Demi's criticism of this not being longer, not birthdays catching strays. Like what?
Because there's so many. It's so many birthdays. Strays. There's so many of them. Like I can't take it. It's so many.
I'm dead.
I know it's not your fault, but like it's
not my fault.
Your fault. Like the peoples that have birthdays in September and
it's just so insane. I love it.
It's just true though.
It's not your fault that you're born.
It's not your fault.
It's not your fault that you're born. I just need HHN to be longer.
I do. I really do need it to be longer. I need it to be on more days. I need it longer. You're right. You put so much work. And I think the reason why they don't do it Monday and Tuesday is because they want to give guests who aren't going to HHN more time in the park. And I understand that. But
that's true.
But then at least maybe give us Tuesday. Do like a Broadway schedule, like off Mondays. I don't know. Something.
I would prefer a Broadway take every day off.
Wow. You just want to
just kidding.
Get rid of so many jobs and...
No, I want Demi to be employed.
Yeah, I was going to
say. Just kidding. Listen. Theater catching strays, birthday catching strays.
Yeah.
Everybody's catching strays. The only one who's immune is my Lil Boo. So... I think I'm going to round out mine. Were those your last?
Well, here, one more thing.
Okay, should I just do mine and then we'll end with yours?
No, we'll end with yours because mine is just like a selfish
What's
thing.
Yours?
Well, I was talking to my friend Megan yesterday because we went to Horror Nights on Friday, and we're both like really into WWE, and we were really loved that we got to that house together. And Michael Aiello was like reposting Nikki Cross, and she was like, "I'm manifesting another year."
No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you.
I want another year. I'm selfish.
No, thank you.
So selfish.
No, thank you. Although I will say that I did hear that the Hollywood version did was hitting a lot better for people because apparently each of the Wyatt Six got their own room explaining their own backstory.
Yeah.
And the structure of the house was much different. So
it was.
I heard
it wasn't because what I only saw it, but I was confused by it. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. No.
Oh, but the thing is, in our house in Orlando, they have their own rooms too.
Do they?
Yes. Yes, first you go into Ramblin' Rabbit's room, then you go to Huskus's room, and LA Knight is in there, and then you go to Mercy's room, and there's
Mercy. I
Mercy
needed
the
Mercy.
Buzzard, and then and the Miz and Dom Mysterio is in the body bag.
Oh yeah, them,
and then
of course.
it's on the wall.
Yeah.
There, you could see the poster for their event is on the wall, and then you go to Abby the Witch's room, and then you go to Bray's room.
I do know her. I only remember her and the pig.
Well, that's your fault.
The little pig, the gory pig. No, thank you.
Bye.
No, thank you. Unless they did like a house that was just John Cena's house.
So it would be invisible?
I was trying to make a joke. Never mind.
What was
Never mind.
I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't even know what I was trying to make a joke of.
Well, they did do an Undertaker house in Hollywood like 20 years ago. The Undertaker, the wrestler, the famous wrestler, the Undertaker. Oh my God. Okay. It's okay. So yeah. Anyway, whatever. I think they could do like a whole like spooky lore, like different rooms of different spooky people. Because actually, I was just saying to my husband the other day, I was like, there's like too many spooky people actually on the current roster of WWE. There's like Rhea Ripley, there's Aleister Black, there's Damian Priest. Like they're all Alexa Bliss is still on. Like they're all like kind of like goth. The Judgment Day. Like they're not all like spooky. I should say in the sense of like spooky, but like they're all just like either like a goth kid or a metal kid. Aleister Black, I guess, is supposed to be kind of spooky. I don't know. But
on that justification, I want a Scare Zone theme to Fifi Dobson from 2003.
Who?
Exactly.
Who's that?
All my park peeps Google it because she was the OG pop punk little girly.
Fifi Dobson?
Yes, one of my all-time favorite musicians. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
Whatever. Anyway, I'm going to end that segment by saying no thank you, once again. Once was enough. But my final two are I would love a Scare Zone theme to Resident Evil with a show with production similar to the one in Japan. At Universal Japan, they have a really cool show called Resident Evil Night of Heroes where you just like go into a back alley and all the characters come out and they reenact scenes from there's like zombies coming out and shooting and blah, blah. It would be really cool. I would love to see that. Just a souped up version for, I think that one would probably work better in Hollywood maybe. Mm-hmm. Just because I feel like they could do more. Or no, actually, would I like that in Florida better? Yeah, I'd like that in Florida better, actually. Just kidding. But I also would like to see them lean more into maybe like holiday overlays of rides. So
yeah.
Can you imagine a holiday overlay? Because listen, Fast and Furious Supercharged, we all hate it. We know it's awful.
No, we love it.
But themed to a horror film, just like a horde of something taking over the car, like zombies or vampires.
They can't. They use that queue. They shut down the ride to use that queue, which I was actually saying the other night, like, you know, there is a lot of speculation that the ride is going to close. So if they open a brand new ride there, like, you can't just like close down a brand new ride to be a queue for Horror Nights.
Yeah, you're right.
So like they need to figure that out.
They have enough space. They could do more sprung tents somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because usually, sometimes people are against sprung tent houses, but I mean, look what they did with Gulkin this year in a sprung tent house. I mean, that is
by the
stunning.
By the way, everybody that tried to like gaslight me into thinking that Gulkin was not that girl.
Yeah, Jeremy.
I don't know where everyone like what you walk through, but
yeah, Jeremy.
I second guessed myself. I was like, Am I crazy? Then I go in and immediately you see that beautiful lantern. You see the giant stick man. You see you hear the amazing music and the
They
creature.
killed Mama and Papa.
They killed Mama and Papa. It's such a good house, you guys. Like I just don't get the hate for it. I'll never get it.
A+. That wolf, that guy on the stilts with the deer skeleton and the it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Good God, get a Gulkin, girl. I love it so much.
Anyway.
And what I don't love is the end of Halloween Horror Nights.
Wait,
what
Joey.
I don't love.
Joey, wait.
What?
Joey, wait. I
What?
forgot. I had one more.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, and I've said it like before, like on many different things that I do, but I want a Scooby-Doo house. I love Scooby-Doo. I think that could be such a fun and like campy house. And I've asked the characters, the Scooby-Doo characters in the park, would you like your own Horror Nights house? And they're all like, yes, we do. Yes, we do. I think it would be really cool because if you think about it, Scooby-Doo is kind of like the first introduction to horror that kids have, and I think like it could be like really fun. It could kind of be like the Ghostbusters house from last year. I think there could be a lot of like, just because like something is, maybe clean looking, it doesn't mean it can't be scary.
Are you talking animated or live action films?
I mean, probably the animated would work the best in terms of like, stylization, especially because the live action films are, they're my favorite, but, and I'm dying for them to make a third one with James Gunn. And I just know that they won't ever do that. And they were like, oh, because Scooby wouldn't be, he's like really, he really has
to be dead.
Scooby would die. Like, just freeze Scooby. Freeze him. Yeah. Problem solved. Like, who cares? But no, it would.
I love that they're trying to apply realistic logic to a film about a CGI dog that like speaks like a human.
Exactly. No, but I think like stylization, that like 1970s stylization would look really great. I think it would be just like I could just hear like jinkies, like the sounds, like, and like it's really easy to like get those character costumes to look right and like getting the correct type of like people to fill those costumes. And again, it's kind of like when I was at Hollowscream, they had this house called the Rave Yard, and it wasn't like scary, but because it was a bunch of like these like drunk girls at a rave. But if you do it right, it's like fun and you can still get scared because a jump scare is going to scare you regardless of what the scare looks like, right?
That could be interesting. That could be an interesting house, but like we were talking about with like Lil Boo, I don't like. It almost seems like it's now Scooby-Doo is like it lends itself to horror. However, I would say there are already Scooby-Doo roller coasters at other parks that are like spooky and indoor. Like there's one in Australia.
I want to go.
I believe
it's based off from the first live action movie that I wanted to.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. I think that could be really interesting. Or maybe like something they could do, even something on a smaller scale, like if they do a mini Halloween event at the Universal Kids Park, like a Scooby-Doo thing there.
Well, they brought out the characters for Volcano Bay Nights all of a sudden, like during spooky season. I'm like, I would have loved to have known about that was going to happen. And why are they there? Like, why don't you have them in the parks?
Yeah, they're testing the waters, I think. But listen, we did it.
Yeah.
The nail in the coffin of Halloween Horror Nights 2025 has been hammered and hashed out.
Yes.
But here it's to next year as the countdown begins. Please make sure you are following us on socials at Park Peeps Pod, parkpeepspodcast.substack.com for free bonus content, and follow us on Spotify wherever you get your podcasts. Happy Halloween, everyone. Stay safe out there. See you in the fog in 2026.
Bye.